So right now, the little birdies are bothering me because they want to be fed. I don't think I'm going to feed them. So I cut down all my black-eyed Susans because they're done. And I got Russian sage here. They're still flowering and the bumblebees like it, so I'm waiting on chopping that now. But my zinnias are in full bloom. I love zinnias. One of my favorite annuals. Very pretty. There's a lot of different zinnias. I think these are the cut and come again. I'm not really sure. There's giant zinnia. There's lilliput, which are a little double. I like that color. And you know, when you buy a pack of seeds, you never know what color you're gonna get. I got a little tiny sunflower. I think this is a sunflower. Yeah, it's a sunflower. Unique, little bracketed. And got these teeny tiny little purple cosmos. I think it's because the soil isn't so great here, because it gets full sun. This is south facing. It gets full sun. I really don't know why they're so tiny. And I got a lavender plant here. I don't know if the lavender plant's going to survive our winter. My husband were working on my car and he needed containers because he's going to change the oil and stuff. And I had nothing growing in there. I don't know what I was saying. Again, come on. I got one peanut. Here. Woohoo! You think these birds are used to being fed? They'd probably eat out of my hand. Oh, that the soil isn't really great here, so I think that's why the cosmos are so small. This is a pretty little sunflower. I had a really big right here. This had a really big, like dinner plate size sunflower on it, but somebody ate it. Got a garden mom that probably won't survive. It bloomed already and I cut it down and it's blooming again. Oh, the lavender. So I bought 2 lavender plants and I put one in this pot and the other one in the ground. And I figure I'll bring one in, maybe put it in the garage or something, see if it survives. And then we'll see if the one in the ground survives. That's a mess. Oh, this sedum, this is one of the plants I dug up from the school. The school across the street, a little single-story red brick schoolhouse that tore down and put a gigantic campus for grade schoolers. But this was one of the plants I dug up across the street before they totaled it. It's really pretty. Never grown these before, but they're pretty simple, you know. They don't need a lot of water, and they seem to be happy there, so that's cool. So yeah, the zinnias are looking great. I got another little zinnia patch over here, and that's my dahlia, like a dwarf. They're pretty tiny, but pretty, very pretty. All right. So yeah, this is the time of day the squirrels show up and want to harass me. Here's some more zinnias, yellow, red. I like this one. It's a painted zinnia. There's another one here. It's more of a yellow. I got a couple that haven't even bloomed yet. Hopefully we won't get crazy cold. That's what happens here in Chicago. It's like 1 minute it's 80 degrees and the next it's 30. So yeah, I got some cosmos that haven't opened yet, and they're a little taller. And the blanket flower is just about done. This is the pretty orangish, they're like a pale orange. Normally they're like a really deep red like this. But I'm gonna show you all about the seeds. Now this is the hyacinth bean, and it's going to seed. And I'm gonna share all the seeds with you in a minute. And this is the miniature rose. I don't know what I'm gonna do with. I don't know if I'm gonna bring it in the house or what. I don't know what's going on with that color. That is not the color. It's like a really pretty peach pink. There you go. So yeah, I'm gonna share with you about collecting seeds. I don't have any more flowers to show you, but I've showed you the balsam impatiens several times. I just dropped my glasses. There's a teeny tiny little flower. And the only one I can't just show you, I got a table set up over here. I'm going to show you seeds. But this one, hold on. This is the 4 o'clocks. And they like to open up later in the day, or if it's cloudy like today. It's pretty much done. All the pink and red that you see. You get one? Oh, okay, you got one. You got a peanut. I don't know if you can see them. Are spent. So these flat. Well, this one might open, but when they kind of look like a deflated balloon, they're spent. And collecting the seeds is easy. You lose a lot. You really got to have 2 hands, but I'm going to do it with 1. And when I say you lose a lot, it's just if you shake this plant, hundreds of seeds go flying. Here I can capture them because we got the concrete, but in the backyard, it's really hard. You can see them all over the ground. Yeah, in the backyard, they end up falling into the dirt. You can't see them. There's a handful. So what you do is like you would hold this with 1 hand and then you tip the plant into the container and they fall out. And there's a seed right there. It's just sitting there. So if you bump into it, it goes flying. So it's really tricky. You got to have 2 hands and shake it into the container. So they're very easily, it's very easy to lose them into the dirt. I think I gotta put peanuts. Let's see if is there any peanuts in the container. Nope. Alright. I'm gonna go here. We have a little container right here. Used to be my dog's cookie jar thing. And now I put peanuts in it. Because if you don't, the squirrels will destroy your garden. Alright. And plus, they'll come right up to me and they'll like tap me on the leg and scare the crap out of me. So I keep them in stuff like this, otherwise the birds will steal them too. I'll keep a couple in my pocket. Alright. So that's what you do. You kind of tip them over and you shake them in here. Anyways, I'll be able to collect a lot off the ground over here. And yeah, you're going to get a lot of leaves and stuff in there. It's not that hard to collect. Let me dump some of the seeds out. Pretty decent size. These are a little extra big. So those are 4 o'clocks. Now these are the hyacinth bean. They're like almost like leather. I normally let the hyacinth bean get completely dry on the vine before I pick it. That's a good size seed. Sometimes they come out light brown. That's a hyacinth. So, okay, I pulled one little thing off here. There's probably 4 to 5 per pod, right? And come over here and look at all the pods. I have enough for 5 gardens. You know. Now, not all of them, like, see, like this little one. It's probably only going to have 1 seed, maybe 2, and it might not even fully develop before the cold snap comes. I got hyacinth over there, too. But, I mean, the amount of seeds I collect. I wish I had somebody to share them with. Nobody around here wants to grow them. They're afraid. Okay, so these are the balsam impatiens. I'm too close. These are the balsam impatiens. I'm getting a cramp in my right hand, so I'm trying to switch here. Maybe I could do it with my clippers. So these are the fun ones because they spring open. See how that sprung open? And the seeds go flying. I'll do it one more time. And I think they do that in nature to spread their seed. And there's the little seeds. So each one has, I don't know, 10, 15 seeds. And I got hundreds of these plants. I have so many seeds, it's just ridiculous. So that's, you can see they're like curled up. They're soft and fuzzy. I leave these on the plants until they're ready to harvest. Like I always tell you, there's a lot of seeds you can just pick as soon as the flower is done. And you don't have to wait for it to dry or anything. There's the little seeds. Now what I do with these is I have an old colander. It's kind of got extra big holes in it. And so what happens is you break these open and all these little things. And all these little soft things get caught up in it. So you throw it all in the colander and the seeds fall out. And these stay in the colander, and then I just throw these in the compost. That's my neighbor's Frenchie barking. She's pretty much outside for a good 12 hours a day. Poor thing. All right, so this is I think they call these Northern Lights or something. It's a Cosmo, and it's a beautiful orange. Sometimes they're yellow. So when the leaves fall off, it looks like this. And this is a plant you can cut off. I mean, a seed head you can cut off while it's still green. Seed has not developed. Cut them off and put them in a cup like this. This is how I do it. And I mean handfuls of them. In about 3 days, they look like this. And these are the seeds. All the greenery falls away. And just grab them and squeeze. And there's your Cosmo seeds. Again, I'll have hundreds. The purple ones, and sometimes you can get white too. The purple ones are a little smaller and a little darker. And then the last is the blanket flower. These are tricky. I leave these on until they look like this. I don't cut them until they look like this. What's tricky about these is these things will be like burrs in your fingers. You can't see them, but you can feel them. So you can't just grab it and, break it open. You have to have gloves, and I mean good gloves. Like these knit gloves, no way. So it feels like you have splinters in your fingers, and you can't get rid of them. It just, I don't know, eventually they soften up. I don't know. But it's very painful. So what I do is I take my I take a pair of tweezers. I don't have any tweezers with me, but basically you hold it and you just take tweezers. I'm going to switch hands here. You take tweezers, I'm going to show you my cutters, and just kind of pull. And then they'll break. Here, hold on. And there's the little seeds. But these things will get under your skin and you will get a rash. It's really irritating. Don't ever handle these with bare hands. And you get quite a lot of seeds per head. Again, this is another plant that produces a lot of seeds. And you don't have to bury these very deep. They're very tiny. You want to bury them very shallow. And I will take these and plant these this fall. I've already done it. And next spring, you probably... Oh, it was a squirrel on my foot. Next spring, I'll probably get greenery, but I won't get a flower until the following year. And that... Oh, and my zinnias. So zinnias are another tricky. You can pick them while they're still look like a flower. Pull the petals off and let it dry. And most of this is not seed. And once it's dry, it's easier to detect where the seed is. There's a lot of, you know, here. Perfect. There's a seed right there. There's one right there. That's the seed. That's the petal. And what happens is the seed will dry and it'll get a little puffier. And the petal will fall away or curl up and dry up. And that's the little tiny seed of a zinnia. But there's a lot of stuff in there. You got to work to get that seed out. And that's a little, oh, and this is goldenrod. This is a plant you don't want to go to seed, because this is one goldenrod head. I have 30 of these heads, and here is it's done. In about a day or two, this will turn into fluffy, almost like dandelion fluff. And there's probably 20 seed heads per little seed. Or 20 seeds per little head. And this is just one I cut off. So even though they're still yellow and the bumblebees adore them, you cannot let these go to seed. So what I do is I throw them here, and I let them, see, they're starting, this is all brown, and they're about to open up. So I'll leave them here for a day or two and let the bumblebees work on them. And then I throw them in my, not my compost, I throw them in the landscaping bin in the landscaper, you know, the pickup. They'll pick them up and take them wherever they take our yard waste. Because those things will, you know, it's like dandelions. It'll just spread and spread. So that's my little harvesting video, and we'll do some more tomorrow.